So the conversation is the double standards of authority, valid or not. Now, the video we played earlier on between the honorable member and then the DVLA boss sparked certain conversations. Now, to get the record straight, this is not a reference to her or to that scenario that went viral. It's just human nature. When things hit the internet, there's the main point of impact of the video, then there's the ripples. Just like in any water body, there's a ripple conversations that arise from that impact. What we are tackling today is not that video or the interaction between the chairperson and the DVLA boss. We are tackling the ripple conversation of gender, power, and what those dynamics are like. Because it seems the narrative that we saw online was girls or females or women. Which one is the politically correct one for radio and TV?
Females.
Hey.
General. Because there are young people listening, like very, very
And
young.
for you.
Also, the way I'm see when I move one leg, then I press to see if that place is good. Then I move another leg. So please, if I don't act like myself, just know that security is on me.
You'll be fine.
I will not be fine. But so females were commenting and sharing their own perspective and experiences where they went into businesses assuming that because they had a female boss or the hierarchy was predominantly feminine in nature, there would be some, I don't want to say partiality, but there would be some accommodation or understanding or insights from leadership into the female experience of being a worker or an employee, which would make things a bit easier.
What do you mean by the female experience?
Considerations.
That's what we are asking.
So, okay, when it comes to
Typically
time of the man's pregnancy
we'll get there.
or
No, in general.
Not that one, cry.
Now we'll not kick off the thing.
Not
So
that
I'm now
one.
setting the table.
no, that, I'm trying to understand because you said female experiences.
Yes, and I'm saying
so.
that predominantly bosses are men. Right? We even call each other boss.
Oh yeah,
boss.
the world has more
Bosses
CEOs.
used to be.
No, the world has more
Yes,
CEOs being
it
men.
still is.
Like
No,
all these.
but on a larger scale, what
On
it
the-
is now compared to what it was then,
It's
I
still
feel
a
back
greater
then,
percentage.
but
it was
it's
a larger percentage.
is
okay, larger.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that there are no male bosses now.
I get
All
what
I'm
you're
saying
saying,
is back when we had a lot more men in power or in
And we still
leadership
do.
positions than there are now. Now there are lots of women compared to then. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, there are a lot of women compared
Now,
to them.
yes.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Boss, you can continue. My kind sir.
So as I was saying, the business world and the employment sector or whatever industry, whatever, is still predominantly male. Even though there's been a progressive movement in balancing out the genders. And when I say these comments that were online, I don't know if production will find some, but if some of these comments were online, is anything to go about? Women, females go into businesses and hear, oh, Lenny is going to be my boss. And they assume that, okay, usually I go into a business and Cyril is my boss. He's a guy. He doesn't know what it's like to be a girl. He doesn't understand how it feels. He doesn't know the challenges we face. He might not get my perspective, blah, 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 blah. So having a female boss means there's somebody who sees things the way you see it. Somebody who experiences the world the way you experience it. So the assumption is that your interaction with that person and in that workspace might be a little bit more well lubricated and easier going than with the opposite sex.
Yeah.
It's a fair assumption. The comments that sprang up on Facebook, IG, Twitter,
sure.
and all that were that Kafra, it is even worse. That most females get into a business and have a female boss, and the female boss is just on another level. I don't know if any of you have heard this or have experienced this, or maybe you are the bad female boss. What is the merit to this? Is it a valid consideration? Are these females online losing their minds? Have you heard anybody in such a scenario, or it doesn't matter who your boss is? Please, I've closed my submission.
So with these conversations, I strongly believe that's why I asked you, what do you mean by the female experience, right? Because in as much as we are female and male, when you are employed to first do your job,
Yeah.
right? You are not employed to work as a female or employed to work as a male. Because for all you know, you got your employment even over other men. Okay. So for me, when it comes to work, I believe that whether you are male or female, you have to do your job. Because at the end of the month, your boss is not looking at this person is a female, so let me pay them, or this person is a male, so let me not pay them, right? I think that what female bosses should even ease or maybe be more lenient with is whatever happens with us as women. That's why I asked if it has to do with pregnancy or if it has to do with menstruations, time of month, or anything in between that, right? So that then you understand that if someone says to you that I am unable to come to work today because it's the time of month and I am not too strong to show up, you can understand. But you would have people who you would say to them that I'm not too strong to show up, and they will insist that you come to work because they will say that for them, when is their time of month, they are strong, they are okay. So they don't exactly understand what it is that another woman is going through, right? Empathy is another thing that it's really important as a boss generally, right? I think also that if you are on the other end as a subordinate, you should be able to properly or have a good communication with whoever you consider as your boss, whether it's a male or whether it's a female, right? Because again, at the end of the day, when you are both looking for a certain promotion or whatever, it's merit based. Nobody will say that I'm going to promote this person because she's a female, I'm going to promote this person because she's a male. Unless, of course, it's the people that we hear sleep their way, quote unquote, to the top, then that's a different conversation. But I strongly believe that once it comes to employment and all of that, there should be that really good communication, basically.
Okay, so I think I agree with that, and I'll just take it from this perspective. I feel like when you're going to work in a space, you meet different kinds of people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you go to spaces and you meet a boss that is a male that is being rude to you, it's not about he being a male, it's just his nature.
Yeah.
When you go and you meet a woman who is being rude to you, it's not because she is a woman, it's just her nature, because the way you go and meet people who are rude to you is the same way you could also meet someone who is very nice to you. So sometimes when people make comparisons between, oh, women are like this, men are like this, I always say that everyone is different. You will encounter different people, I will encounter different people. So my experiences will not be the same as your experiences. Of course, sometimes women, I would say that maybe it's just how women have their days. I feel like there are days that I will wake up and I'll just not be in a great mood. And with men, it's not like that. Or maybe even if it's like that, you guys don't really show it like that. But with women, you would see when she comes to work and she's not in a good mood from the house, you see it. So maybe that is what people experience sometimes, and they feel like women are some way, like women are this way. But generally, I just think it's personalities, and it has nothing to do with gender.
I dare not say women bosses might be too emotional. That's not what I want to say. But what I do want to say, sorry, I'm looking down. What I do want to say is, are we going to acknowledge the emotional discrepancies between males and females and look at that and how it might play out in a work environment? Because not every female boss too might have a bad day in the house with the husband and children and bring it to work. Some get to office and do. Some too, you are the first person to walk into the office and the first thing she sees is a husband. And they will tear to you.
Yeah.
The odds of that happening might be more likely than on the male side, and might account for these narratives of emotional or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Do you think when looking at leadership positions to an extent, this matters?
Do we agree that women are more emotional than men?
Generally,
all.
not just in the workspace.
No,
Women
yes, generally, women are more
extremely.
emotional.
Yeah, that's what I was
Because
saying. That
They
the
have
woman
their
would
days,
show
they have
it
their
and the
moods.
men wouldn't show it. We all do. I think we all have emotions.
Everybody.
But women
So to
would-
what
And
ex-
emotions
women
don't
to what
show are
extent-
not only just
Okay, so now let me ask you the next question.
mood swings or whatever.
Yeah.
Anger,
To what
joy,
extent can you
whatever.
guys
Women
mask
show it
this
more.
in the workplace?
to what extent?
Yeah.
Everyone is different. Like I keep saying, I can come to work and I might not be in the best mood, but I just know that it's a workspace and I'm not trying to let my mood affect other people.
Okay.
So I'll put on that, oh, I'm good and all.
Okay, so
I
would
mask
you-
my emotions all the time.
Yeah, but some people
never,
are not
like,
able
You
to.
can never tell
But
that
okay.
I'm going
It's
through.
not hard.
So,
Let me
It's-
use you.
oh, me, I haven't asked the next.
It's not hard for me.
Okay, so
I'm able
in
to
dealing with.
I'm able to partition my emotions.
Okay.
I'm able to still come to work and until I tell you
Who's your carpenter?
until I tell you what it is that I'm going through, you wouldn't know.
Okay.
Do you understand?
so-
Like seated here for weeks and weeks or months and months on end. There's been a lot happening with me.
See, you the
right?
you.
It's
Oh,
not
God.
even is that's even like the least. That's even like the
That's
least
the
of
least.
a new baby car.
Okay.
That's the least.
Hey, you're
But
telling me all my
I'm-
efforts.
Hey, Charlie, you must see it, bro.
But I'm
Alright,
still
what's the-
able
You must
to.
step out.
Alright.
I'm still
coming.
able to come and get my work done. I
Okay.
understand that it is what you are being paid for, right?
Okay.
So if you
Okay.
are going to come and then let your mood affect your work and
Okay.
other people,
Okay. Okay, so I've
it
asked
doesn't
two
work
questions,
that way.
right?
But again,
Okay.
it's not everybody that's
Okay,
able
I
to
get that, I
structure
get
it
that,
in
I
that
get that.
way.
And even
So-
with me, that I'm
okay.
saying that sometimes I'm able to mask it and make it look like I'm good. There are days that I cannot mask it because whatever is going on is like,
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
so it's,
Okay, so the next question I'm going to ask is you both deal with males and females, right?
yeah.
Even though, from what you guys are saying, from your perspective, you guys are the outliers, maybe dealing with your emotions. I mean, you guys, from what you're saying, you do a very good job at hiding your emotions, right? Because she said she's been going through a lot and people don't notice, right? The fact that you dealt with both men and women, what do you think in their emotional responses in the workplace to what you do, to what you say, to how do they react to the things that you do? Because the reason I'm
What have
asking,
you observed?
You mean
yes,
Sorry
what have you
with-
observed?
Sorry, we've made the interview about you guys.
Yeah,
but
it's like you're interviewing us.
yeah,
I
but
think
like-
at a point we should also play what the video is, what's the
I don't want to dwell
premise
on
of the
lady because
conversation
she's
is.
getting so much heat. Charlie, some of the some of the.
But I want to know that
comments,
last part though.
You know,
In dealing with both men and women, in terms of emotional responses,
Yeah.
what would you say to that?
To like,
Masking it, people who can't just hide their emotions, people when they're down, you see it throughout the day, when they're excited,
like the
they can't
person's
hide
in the
it.
office and gets a text that's totally unrelated
Yeah.
to dream music.
What have your
Then all of a
experiences
sudden,
been?
for the next 3 hours, we all go collect. Like, do you understand?
Yeah.
Would you say? Would you,
You're laughing there.
would you be
Why you
honest
can
and
relate?
no,
Hey, Charlie.
I can't relate, so I'm
No,
just-
she loved the evil laugh. but She like that. You see?
He's bringing it up.
Hey, she did tell her something.
like I'm saying.
Let me tell you something.
No, like I'm saying, everyone is
No, but
different.
Amy,
Listen,
Amy, on,
But
the,
your laugh was
on,
too
on, the,
specific.
on, the,
Let
on,
me
the,
laugh.
on a very large
So-
scale,
Let tell her, let
there's
tell
going
her.
to be a
even if
difference.
it's not bosses, right? Colleagues.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
I'm just saying.
generally,
that's
I
why
think
we
that's
said
what Jason
workplace.
is
Yes,
asking.
I didn't say
Yeah, that's
boss
what
or
he's
subordinate
saying.
or colleague.
Yeah.
Generally,
That is what I'm saying.
at the
that
base of us,
there are
we are
some
male and
people.
female.
There are some people who have been like maybe they are having bad days, and I wouldn't know because they're not letting you know. They're not doing it to you. Like they're not showing it to your face that like, oh, I'm in a bad mood, so don't come and talk to me. Da da da. But then there are some people who also, when they're not in a good mood, they just want you to avoid
So
them
which
so
is
that they
more
do not
obvious?
step on
But-
their toes.
Between the male and the female.
Between the male and the female, I'll just say it's the female. Also because, like I said earlier, females show
Are
their emotions
predisposed to
more than
more
men.
Okay.
emotional.
Yeah.
Generally.
Okay.
Generally,
Do you
yes. It doesn't
understand?
even
So,
have to do with work.
let me ask a daring question. Do you think that's a problem? That if relax.
Like for
If-
me, I ask my question
If,
first.
if I'm looking for a leader and I know it's a high stress position and I know it's going to be coming at you from all angles, and I say, you know what, females are predisposed to a more emotional outlook or response. And Amy is married and she has young kids and she's stressed, and I've seen how she rushes to work in the morning and blah, blah, blah. And I need to promote somebody now, like, and I need somebody who can blah, blah, blah. If I use that as a premise to say, you know what, Jason doesn't have to deal with all that. And Jason, if we call Jason 12:30 for one blast time, I don't say morning time, he go boss me and we pass. So because of that, not on merit, not on capability, but on the fact that I fear that you might have the emotional availability to commit to the job and to be present in the job, and I make a decision. Would that be unfair?
That would
Why
be
the ladies
unfair
looking at me
because-
like you want to stab me?
But would that be a blow to your business?
No,
If
I'm
you're
saying
not
that-
employing him
no,
based on
hear me
merit.
out. Listen, that is why I give the premise. If you are amazing at the job, technically on merit, but you are not available to do the job because all these other things get in the way, then I might settle for Jason, who is not as capable as you,
But when you were
is
saying-
100% dedicated.
Yeah.
Hear me out. It's like you have a good car tie, but the tie is in your boot. Kafra, right? It's not affecting your driving. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Do you get the analogy I'm giving? The tie is perfect, it's brand new, but you don't have room for it, so it's sitting in your boot. Compared to the one that is half and half and is managing to get you there, at least you will get there. As compared to the one that you know you cannot use. That's the analogy I'm giving. Lenny, I don't know if I've made sense or I've wasted it for
But
you.
you were saying that when you were talking, you were like, if you take her, she might, or it might affect. So it's not like you're certain
If I have
that
a $2 million deal, I don't. Might is a big word.
Yes.
If I'm doing business and the transaction on the business is $20 million, might get all of us fired.
But there are cases where women have been put in certain positions because
Many cases, like my
because
mother.
they are capable to do the job, right, and they've been able to do
Yes.
it. So why don't you give this person a chance?
You don't
You
understand.
don't
though.
just say that.
So
oh,
it's not
because
saying
you
that
have
the
this
lady is
and
not
this
A lot of
in
you
her
see,
life.
I'm not
Nobody-
saying the
he's-
lady is not
he's never
capable. What
said
I'm
the
saying is
capable-
No,
that
lady is
he's
not capable,
focusing
no.
more
The
on the
example-
emotional intelligence
No.
of the genders.
The example I'm
Do you
seeing.
understand?
So one thing.
So he will
one thing-
choose
He didn't say
Jason
I didn't want to
over.
use. I didn't want to use myself as an example, okay? But I'll
Use
I'll,
it,
I'll
use
do
it.
it. I'll do it just for the sake
Use
of the
it.
argument, right? When people have this argument, I'm always quiet and watching because a lot of people who have opinions on this matter don't have skin in the game. Okay, you are not the one investing the money. It's not your business that will take the hit. You didn't go and bring the investor. You understand? We've observed it happen. All the strong women that we know, right? We were not the ones who gave them the chance. Somebody else took that risk and we observed and concluded. That same person who trusted that woman might have trusted 2 or 3 other women before that success story that we all hold in high esteem. That's why it's critical to talk to the people who make the risk and make the investment and choose who their leaders are. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. If a president picks a ministerial team that's predominantly women, like let me use His Excellency John Mahama, when he listed some appointments and ministers in the early days of this government, there were articles, I think, on City and Ghana Web where they were profiling, because there was a lot of women involved, even from Vice President Professor Nana, all the women involved. Ultimately, it was on him. Do you get what I'm saying? He's being progressive, they are qualified, they are above and beyond, they are excellent, blah, blah, blah. But if it wasn't still a thing in society, nobody would have gone out of their way to do a story on it, because he hired a bunch of men too. And nobody did a story on the bunch of men. I'm just showing you how society works. So the pressure always falls on the person who is making that decision to say, you know what, I'm looking for a head of so-and-so. Let me make Amy do it. She might stand and go and use you as a reference. This place, they used Amy, right? But she didn't take the risk. The person who has the...
And not everybody's Amy.
Who has the money to
to
pay?
lose. Not the money
Yeah.
to pay. The person who has the money to
lose. Okay.
You've not spoken to that person. We all speak as observers and use that bias to just generalize. So that's why I'm saying that we should talanku with it. And I'm asking the question again, that if you had the money, right, for a high demanding job, what blah 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 da 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 da, and you know you've just described how women are. You Lenny, you like to deal with that woman.
No.
Exactly.
At all.
Amy, you Amy. Amy, we will come. Amy,
Amy,
they
she no go-
I told you to do that.
Wait,
I'm
Amy
just
will be
kidding.
strangling.
No,
I'm saying that.
way.
No.
Amy,
The way I would have
I am
dealt with the man is the
teasing
same way
you.
we deal with
Oh,
a woman.
Cherry, I
I'm
am.
not saying you're saying I'm going to strangle. Of course
no,
I
I'm
wouldn't.
not-
But then the way we deal with if a man was incompetent with the work I gave him is the same way we're going to deal with a woman if she was incompetent.
Yes,
with
but
the
do you know
work I
the
gave.
difference?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know the
There's
difference?
nothing like
Do you know
a
the
man
difference?
in
Amy,
business or a
Amy,
woman in
Amy,
business.
Lenny,
Do the work.
Do you know the difference? When you are blasting the guy, he might be nonchalant or he might take the blasting and blah, blah, blah. The moment you start blasting the girl, the moment she gives you that first, you know you will spark, sweetheart. You know, the moment she gives you that first, I don't know what, you know what I'm
But
saying.
how are you going
I don't
to-
even know, I don't even have the words
But
to
how are you going
explain
to?
the thing.
How are you going to even
Or
deal?
I'm imagining problems.
Yes, I think you
But
have.
that depends
But
on the
wait,
type of
though.
woman you've also dealt with.
Yeah.
But how are you going
Let me
to
give
do-
you.
You are the type of woman,
Let me
that's-
give you an example, right? Let me give you an example. There've been times here, right, that I've had to tell people to do their work that they are not doing, and I don't even for once. Has anyone seen me spark at music before? Nobody, never.
I beg you, don't spark. We like
It never-
Is it a
We like-
Mercedes or a BMW?
We like it like this is how we like it. This is how we
Tundra.
like it in the town. We beg you.
Tundra,
One Bible fight.
Tundra, do you
You
understand?
see, Origin says your key is lost. That's why you have
My
not
key lost,
sparked.
that's why I've not
When you
sparked.
find your key.
Because I strongly believe
Allah
that
was direct.
when people want to do their work, they will do their work. It doesn't matter how loud you raise your voice, how much you shout, whatever. But also there's also that the consistency as a boss to keep speaking to whoever it is that your subordinate is. You need to do that, right? And it doesn't matter how many times. If you speak to them a gazillion times, and after the gazillionth time, they still make the mistake, still do it, right? I strongly believe at the point where you go off, everybody will understand that she's had this conversation with me at least 100 times, and I haven't done what I'm supposed to do. So this 101st is
But see,
okay.
it comes with.
Do
So
you
I get what you're
understand?
saying.
I
You
think
see, you're
there's
talking about how you
perspective.
deal with it.
What
But
we are talking about
what I want to
is-
get is how are you going to deal with these two genders the same when psychologically, biologically, physiologically, they are clearly not the same? Example. A lady on a period,
So
a lady
that's why
who is
I
pregnant.
mentioned those
Hormones.
conditions.
I mean, all these
If-
conditions cannot be avoided.
No, but
so you
if
see
the
what
person,
he said is what he
if the
said is
person is
You know,
pregnant,
I have,
okay.
I have things to show us. So we
See,
have 1 minute.
if
so-
the person is pregnant and because of the pregnancy is unable to show up to work often or is unable
yeah, that one there
to do
means
their
I'll give
work,
you off, like-
yeah, you deal with them differently. Okay, you be softer with them. You be more understanding. If it's a time of month thing,
So the thing is, you
be
can't deal
softer
with the two
them.
genders the same.
Wait. It's
How they
conditional.
respond is
It's
not the
conditional.
same.
No, but it's conditional. It's conditional. Okay. If
Okay, what's the
why
just
are you
what's
doing
just
so that they'll show?
I don't want them to cut his,
No,
his snippet
no
and
one-
you'll be trending
No,
right now.
if Jason, if the person is
No,
not
but-
pregnant, the person is fine, hale and hearty, the person is not going through
It's
their
bravo.
time of month,
Oh, yeah, they-
and they come to work, right, and they are not doing their job, and the guy
Okay.
and the girl have been
Okay, I
assigned
have
the
one
same
question.
tasks, then you can deal
I have
with them
one question.
the same
I have
way.
one question. Will I be unfair if I'm being more empathetic to a female employee than to a male employee because I know how my gender reacts to things?
In what circumstance?
In any circumstance,
Yeah,
across
yes.
board,
I
it
think
could
it's
be anything.
conditional.
Maybe
if,
it could be
if we are all
anything.
here and then you came in here.
We have
let's say
we have
you're
people who
supposed
are
to
lazy
manage-
who don't do their
no,
work
you're
well.
supposed to manage this
We have
place,
people who
right?
are going through things. Like he gave
Jason.
example, somebody is pregnant at home, somebody has kids. You know, this lady just had a kid, but she's back at work. There's what?
These are circumstances you're
postpartum-
mentioning.
That's
It's the
what
same
I'm
way
saying.
But no, these are
a man
no,
could lose
these are
his wife.
conditions.
It's-
These are
you're
conditions.
you see,
These are conditions.
circumstances.
A man will
See.
never be pregnant.
See, what Jason is saying is
Yeah,
that.
but a man can go through a lot of
but
Yes,
mentally
but the
draining
truth is,
things.
guys,
Want
we are
to
making it a gender debate. It's not. It's about employment.
No, it is.
It's about no.
From the start,
It's
it
the
is.
Oh, but it
circumstances
is.
he's
The-
mentioning.
no, the gender is secondary. The issue here is competence.
Yeah.
What?
No, but they're
he's-
both competent.
I'm talking for you. What he's saying is that before he shoots me,
The one in
you're
the-
fired. That's time to shoot
No,
me.
they're both.
Sweetheart, you want trend there? Ukwando trending.
No, wait.
Listen. All we are saying is that there are predispositions that say what you like, do what you want. Women are going to go through that men will not. all the secondary stuff are maybe she's married, she's not married,
Biological
she-
stuff,
yes,
you
exactly.
mean.
But
Yeah.
which is not anybody's fault. Marry, born, not born, blah, those are choices. Right? There are women in certain careers that they know they cannot settle down like that. And they've made that choice. But regardless, even that woman still has to deal with time of month.
Yes.
You understand? So that's what he's drawing
Yes, that's what I'll be empathetic to.
Okay.
But that's what I've said. I've said
no,
it
there's
already
something wrong
that
with
you
that.
would probably
There's
be
something wrong with that.
softer
No,
towards
I
a
know.
woman
Me,
who
I have
you
a- I
know
have a
is
very-
going
I have
through
a
their
very-
time of
I
month
have
So
a-
if
or
you're going
is
to time of month and you say,
Guys,
boss,
guys,
it's 12
guys.
o'clock, I want to go home.
Yes, you come. Listen.
Lenny, and Jason.
Let me tell you
Okay,
something.
just-
There have been times I've said to people that
That's not
if
me
you
being
are
fair.
not, if you are going through your time of month,
So I've killed their mics, and the issue here is that I have a simple philosophy that if something is dragging
Both
on,
men and
So
women
many times
both competent,
that
but things
go
happen
home,
as
go home if you are not right, if you are not feeling well, or don't come to
I
work.
am being abused.
And
you
even
see?
me, sometimes I will not come if I'm not up to task during that time of month. I will not show up. And there are people that
Madam
will say to
Raj,
them
I've been
that don't come to
abused.
work.
You see, I have a simple philosophy.
So you see the difference. Why is it like you know Trump punch? Nah, I know Trump
Okay.
punch. I mean, you do me like
I
this.
cannot punch Lenny. Charlie, the point is that if debates get to this, if debates get to this point, you know there's a problem. We'll definitely pick this up again because I don't think we've even done 10% into pon why into mumba bye why gender for bye bye.
Love you.